Mama's tired. Hi everyone, it's Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. So welcome to another Vlogmas video. Today I'm going to be talking about the book series that I started or read the majority of in 2019, and I want to finish them in 2020. So let's just jump right in. The first is the rest of Leigh Bardugo's Grishaverse series. I need to read Crooked Kingdom and I need to read King of Scars, but basically this follows what are called Grisha, which are people who have these extraordinary powers, and it's in a world that's kind of based on old world Russia, and Leigh Bardugo's writing is just so easy to get into and amazing, and her character development is perfection. So I really need to read or finish this series. I got this book when it came out. It's signed, and I have yet to read it. So I am disappointed in myself. And look at the cover. Like, I need to get to it just for the cover alone. So, shame on me. Next, I need to finish the Daughter of Smoke and Bone Trilogy by Laini Taylor. This follows the story of Caravel, and she is in Prague. She has two lives that she's living, and one day they converge and the world is kind of sent into chaos. And that's not a great synopsis, but I went into this kind of blind, and I'm kind of glad I did, because it can get a little confusing. But I really loved this book. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and it ended on a cliffhanger, so I really need to read the next 2 books to know what happens. Next is the Caravel series. So Caravel, Legendary, and then Finale, which I just need to read Finale. Again, I got this when it came out. It's personalized, and I have yet to read it. I love Legendary so much, and I think what I do is I know that the series is ending and I don't want it to end, so I put it off, and then I'm behind everyone, and it's just really good. And this is a really cool series, and it's about Scarlett and Tessa, who are 2 sisters, and they end up getting a ticket to this magic kind of a show festival type thing called Caravel, and you can either be a member of the audience and just watch it play out, or you can be a participant, and the stakes are very high. And I thought this was such a unique premise for this series, and to me each book just keeps getting better and better, so I know I'm really going to enjoy this. This one is just shameful, but it is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. And I finished Lord of Shadows months ago, and I haven't finished it. Again, signed. But I was so mad at the ending of Lord of Shadows that I've been putting this off. But I need to finish it because I'm finally at a place in my life where I think I can handle it. Because Cassandra Clare, you know what you did. I still love you, but you know what you did. So, I need to read this, and I need to read Scrolls of Magic. The Red Scrolls of Magic. I still need to read that one too. And both of those I got the day they came out, and I still have not read them. And makes me sad. Next is the Magnus Chase Trilogy by Rick Riordan. This follows the story of Magnus Chase, and he is a demigod, so his mother was mortal and his father was a Norse god. And he is on a quest to prevent the coming about of Ragnarok, or kind of like the apocalypse, end of the world type thing in Norse mythology. And number one, Magnus Chase looks just like Kurt Cobain, FYI. But I've read this book twice. I've read the second book once, and I need to read the third book. But Rick Riordan is an auto-buy author for me, and so are any of the books in his imprint. I absolutely love mythology retellings and mythology in general. And these are just so well done. And they're so funny, and you learn so much without even realizing that it's educational, if that makes sense. So they're great books for kids as well as adults, and I absolutely adore this series. And again, I don't want it to end, and so I've been putting it off, but I need to finish it. Next is the Nevernight series. I won't go into too much detail about this one because I do have a review, which I will link. But this follows the story of Mia Corvair, and she is on a quest for vengeance for her mother and her father. And so she travels to the Red Church, which is a school for assassins. And the story proceeds from there. And the second book is God's Grave, and the third book, Dark Dawn, just came out within the last month or so. And I was kind of waiting until Dark Dawn came out to proceed because I knew this ended on such a huge cliffhanger that I was glad I had God's Grave, and then I ended up not reading it because I wanted to wait till Dark Dawn came out because everybody said I think God's Grave ended on a huge cliffhanger and I didn't want to wait. So that is my goal in 2020, is to read God's Grave and Dark Dawn and find out what happens. And finally, another series that I have fallen in love with this year is the Illuminate Files by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. And I really went into this thinking that I might not enjoy it because I'm not a huge reader of sci-fi books, but this book is so cool. It's told in different formats, so like emails, dialogue, the computer system even has dialogue, and this follows the story of Katie and Ezra, and Katie ends up getting stuck on this ship where my cat's making a mess, where a deadly plague has broken out. So people are abandoning ship before they get affected by the plague. And Katie is on a mission to hack into the computer system so she can figure out what happens. And Ezra just happens to be her ex-boyfriend. It turns out that Ezra is just the person who can help her. And oh my god, by the end of this, I was on the edge of my seat. And I immediately bought the second book, Gemina. And so I need to read Gemina and then the third book, Obsidio. But definitely check this out. Even if you think you're not a sci-fi fan, the way this was written was just so cool. And it amazed me that even though it looks chunky, but it's really not super long. But you'd think with this kind of format that you wouldn't really feel for the characters and fall in love with them and just root for them, but you get so attached. And even the audiobook is really good, and I thought again with this format that the audiobook would be lacking, but it's really not. So definitely check this out. But that is my top series that I need to finish in 2020. Do you have any of these that you want me to read first and possibly review? If so, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. As always, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, and hit the subscribe button so you can see my new content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.